Okay, welcome everyone. I see some people joining us. I'm gonna admit. Welcome, thank you for joining us as we allow everyone to log on to join this webinar. We're excited about the topic and of course the presentation that we're having today. I know a lot of businesses have been asking us questions about social media, specifically about Facebook growth. So this is an excellent time to go ahead and connect. This is an excellent time to go ahead and connect with us because we're going to be offering more webinars that are specific to social media since we're all in a digital space navigating the COVID-19 concern. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some housekeeping rules. Just so you know, the format that we have for this program, we are going to ask that if you have questions to please utilize the chat box that's at the bottom of the screen. Upon entering the room, you are muted. If you have a question, you may put it in that chat box or you can send a private message to me directly as the host. You can feel free also if you would like to raise your hand. This is a very interactive webinar, so at any time we're looking to receive engagement from you about your questions and what you would like to know specifically from us in regards to how we can help you in navigating social media and what webinars you want to see from us moving forward. Today, our presentation will cover the growth of Facebook, and our presenter is the owner of A. Taylor Media. Alante, can you hear me, Alante? Are you unmuted?
Yep, I'm unmuted now.
Perfect. Hi, Alante, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm trying to see myself. Okay, there we go. Now I can see myself before.
Okay, good. I know we had a couple movements going on the screen, but I can see you perfectly. We're very excited to have you here with us. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your business and what you do.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So first off, thank you, everybody, specifically the Southfield Chamber for giving me the opportunity to utilize your platform to give a message. A. Taylor Media was founded 2016. Like most businesses, we started off not doing exactly what we're doing right now. We were in search of a working business model. So we started off with video production. For about about 3 years, we did video production before we migrated over to social media. And now at this moment, we are a content creation company with a niche in social media. That's a little bit about the company. So, and I'll talk a little bit more about the company once I begin the presentation. But for the most part, that's us. We're located here in Southfield, Michigan. We've been in business for about 4.5 years.
Nice. Well, we're glad that we're able to connect with you, and we look forward to the expertise that you're going to bring today. I saw some more people that joined us. Just to go over housekeeping, you are muted. Please stay muted if you can. Go ahead and use the chat box below if you have questions. This is an interactive chat, so please feel free at any time to ask us questions, and we'll be sure to get to you. We will have a more formal Q&A portion at the end of this presentation, and we look forward to connecting with you. Thanks for joining us. Alante, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Woo woo. All right, cool. So I got to share my screen so I can bring up the presentation. 1 second, guys. All right, cool. Now, Jasmine, can you guys see my screen? Is everything functional?
Yep, we're good to go.
All right, cool. So I know I gave a little bit of touch point about who I am briefly, but I like to begin all my presentations out with a quote that sums me up on a personal and a business level. That quote is, it's not about how hard you work. It's going to be about the people that you meet when you are working hard. I really gravitate to people, and it's a culture that I put inside of A. Taylor Media. I first started the company in 2016. Since then, we've had a rapid ascension in the video and post-production industry. We've carved out a good reputation with within the markets that we've served. Here, obviously, I told you guys we did video production, so here's little snapshots of us working. But this is our team, and obviously, you see, I had hair. I don't have hair anymore as of January. So, just to give you a run through and make it very simple, we attract clients. And I have two screens here, guys, so I can see the presentation, just so if you guys see my eye line going back and forth. But we attract clients to your business utilizing Facebook and visual storytelling. So that's exactly what we do now. We create content and we do social media. Real quick, I guess I just want to see who we got in the room. And I'm not sure how many participants we have, but if you guys could, where are you from? Put your business names in or in the comment section. Where are you guys from? Jasmine, am I able to see that or?
I can send it to you as you go along the presentation, just so you can see.
Okay.
Everyone, if you can follow along and if you see the chat room box, put a 1 in the box to let us know your business name and the city that you're from. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Definitely want to see where everybody's from. So me, I'm from Detroit, born and raised. Lived in Iowa for 4 years, so that's a little intriguing. But for the most part, Detroit. I don't know where my, here it is here.
Perfect. We have Detroit.
Okay.
We have Detroit living in Southfield. Ascension's in the house from Southfield.
Okay.
Detroit, Bloomfield. I see all your great comments and your businesses. We have several different business types that are part of this conversation. I see a real estate company, Motor City Woman, Ascension, Minority Freedom Community Fund. Thanks, guys. Zio Credit Union, woohoo! Lathrop Village, Detroit born. Yeah. I see you, Wise Marketing. Detroit living in Los Angeles. Hey, LA.
Hey, wait, I know who that is. That's the guy that got me started, Ramon Davis.
Well, welcome, Ramon. We appreciate you getting him started.
All right, cool. So let's jump back into the presentation. I just wanted to see, hear from some of the business that we're in here. All right. So I just want to, let me make sure I'm using this right here. All right, so I'm going to go over the topics that I'm going to cover. Basically, I'm going to start off talking about metrics, establishing your metrics so that you can measure your results. And then I'll talk about what is Facebook, right? We're going to talk about what exactly is Facebook. Most people don't know a lot about Facebook, but they think they do. So next, we're going to talk about how Facebook works. Then we're going to talk about Facebook's algorithm, which is the big thing. They have a proprietary algorithm system. And that part is going to be extremely helpful for business owners, because if you don't know a lot about the algorithm, then you're wasting a lot of your time. And then I'm going to give you guys some real cool tips. These are all my personal tips, 5 tips to grow your Facebook reach, 3 tips on what to avoid. And then I'm going to give you 1 cool strategy to get your Facebook lit. And I found that. So I found that fire PNG and I had to throw it in there. So there you go. But yeah, I'm gonna share with you guys a cool strategy to get your Facebook page going. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Setting goals, right? You don't want to, and this is a disclaimer before I get started. Facebook is absolutely huge, and I don't know everything about Facebook. Let's just be very clear. And I'll tell you, if I don't know the answer to your questions, I'll let you guys know that I don't know the answer to your question. I do have a certification in Facebook, but Facebook offers 3 different certifications. And that's because it's just so much stuff. And then Facebook also, it updates. You can barely stay up with it. So yeah, so keep in mind, that's just a disclaimer. I know a lot about Facebook, but I do not know everything. So I meant to say that at the beginning. And also, I'm going to give out 2 prizes, real cool prizes. Me and my team thought of a cool way to give out some prizes. I'm going to give them out during the Q&A. So That if you guys stick around, you know, I'll give you guys a cool prize. And yes, it has a dollar amount attached to it. Boom, I'm hooking you up. All right, so let's jump into it. Setting goals, right? A lot of people, when I first talk to people, they tell me all these great ideas, and then I try to, you know, calm them down and let them know, like, hey, you have to have a plan before you waste a lot of your time and your energy, and money specifically, because you're running around. And they also ask me questions like, how do I check my return on my investment? You know, that was one of the big things. So before you spend the time and energy and all those things, you want to create a objective. What do you want, right? When you come to a marketer like myself, what is your primary objective? Do you want to grow your following? Do you need customers? And I do this a lot with my team. You know, they ask me questions, or they have these great ideas, or they have these action items, and I tell them, it does not make sense until you attach a number to it. And if you're going to create a campaign or a strategy, if you're trying to get your Facebook business back up, you want to attach a number to what you're trying to do. For example, a client can come to me and say, hey, Alante, I want to grow my followers. Okay, tell me how many followers do you want? Now you put a number to it. Okay, well, I want 500 followers. Okay, what date? You know, now we put a number to it. So you're giving me 2 months or a month to get you 500 new followers. Now I have numbers. Now those are action items. So if you guys are going to hire a marketer, or if you're going to hire an advertiser, somebody that can help you with your social media, you need to be able to walk into that meeting and say, hey, this is what I want. And then you can attach numbers to measure what they're doing, right? Because if not, you're going to have a social media person, which I'm pretty sure a lot of business owners have, that's just posting a lot of stuff. Are they achieving the objective? And another cool thing about that is when you put numbers on there, you're able to see what's working and what's not working, right? So you're going, all right, you know, you've given me, you know, a month to get you 2 new customers, and, you know, you don't have 1 new customer. You know, now I'm like, okay, well, maybe we need to start switching up things. And don't be afraid to fail when you first start, you know, using Facebook. And when I say fail, I just mean not get the results that you want right away, right? Because you have to learn, and setting those objectives with numbers attached to them, then you can honestly learn, right? Because, okay, we didn't achieve that, but why? So that's kind of like, before you even get into Facebook, know what you want. Know what you want, and have expectations. Work with a marketer to help you develop those expectations if you don't know. Right. So, all right. So let's jump into the next slide here. Facebook. This is a cool slide, and I'll tell you guys why I designed that little picture over there with Facebook over the earth. You know, I thought that was cool, whatever, but I'll tell you why. And this is the Facebook Google definition. Just to be honest with you, Facebook is a website which allows users to sign up with free profiles to connect with friends, coworkers, and people that they don't know. It allows users to share their pictures, music videos, music videos and articles, as well as share their own thoughts and opinions. The reason why I stated that to you, because it's going to make sense once I get done with what Facebook is and talk about the algorithm. There's if you guys can see this picture here, there's this big billboard over the earth. So think of Facebook as a huge billboard over the earth, and we put our messages on the billboard, right? So Facebook, let's be honest, like, a lot of people come to me and I hear businesses, and it gets under my skin sometimes. They say to me, Facebook doesn't work for me. Lante, I definitely wanted to use it, but man, Facebook don't work for me. So you're telling me that Facebook has 2.4 billion active users every month, and your customer is not anywhere in that list. Don't say Facebook doesn't work for you. You just don't know how to utilize Facebook, you know, or work Facebook. You have to be able to understand how to use that big old billboard, because this is what Facebook is. You know, it shows, it amplifies our message to a ton of different people. A couple cool facts: 79% of all users are accessing Facebook from their mobile device. Meaning, if if you got a site that's not mobile friendly, and you're using Facebook to drive traffic, most of the time, you know, you're wasting some energy and time and money. So be careful about that. And then 300 million people share Facebook stories each day. Excuse me. So keep that in mind when you think that Facebook doesn't work for you. Facebook does its job. It amplifies your message. Our goal is to put the messages on Facebook and then understand how Facebook works to creatively target our audiences. And you guys give me a quick second here. Right. So Facebook's mission statement, it is to give people the power to build communities and bring the world closer together. Facebook wants to connect the world. That's their goal. That's their mission. Let me ask this question: how many people knows how Facebook makes money? Can we get like a question answer there, or? How many people knows how Facebook makes money?
I see advertising. I don't know. ADS for businesses, selling ads.
Great. That's all exactly right. So Facebook has a lot of ways that they make money, but primarily through selling ads, and that's great. So it's considered a tech giant, make billions of dollars. Facebook makes money in all sorts of different ways, but the main thing is they sell your profile as a user to marketers like myself. Marketers or advertisers, right? And the reason why I try to separate marketers and advertisers, because marketing is the difference between marketing and advertising is marketing is putting your product or service or preparation for you putting your product or service on the marketplace, meaning research, strategy, and action. And advertising can be defined as simply as action, right? So it's just action. It's not research. So a lot of us, you know, business owners, we hire these social media people, or we work with social media people, and they're just advertising. They're just posting. They're just action. Keep in mind, you know, you want to have that marketing aspect behind everything as well. So, and that's pretty much, you know, Facebook. That's how Facebook makes money. That's their mission statement, to connect the world. And it works, man. It really works. You just have to know how it works. So while I'm talking about how it works, let's jump into Facebook algorithm. Here. There we go. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool, like a little robot there or whatever. But you know, you see the eyes, because all my friends that don't know nothing about Facebook is like, man, social media be watching me, man. They be listening to my conversations and stuff. And let me tell you this, I don't know about listening to your conversation. I know that's illegal, but they are definitely watching everything you do on and off Facebook. So how many people are familiar with what Facebook's proprietary algorithm system is? Like, are you just give me a heat check real quick? You know, how many people know about Facebook's algorithm? This is why Facebook is the juggernaut. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking here.
There's a response that says, no idea what it is. I just hear about it.
Right. Okay. How many other people know about Facebook?
No idea. I don't know. It looks like the consensus is, I don't know.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's for the most part. That's why I wanted to hold this seminar. This is the most important part right here. If you can understand Facebook's algorithm, guys, you're good. I mean, for the most part, right? You got other action items and things like that. But if you understand the Facebook algorithm and what it does or how it operates, then you can be able to be effective and not waste all that time, energy, and money that we talked about. Just to sum it up, Facebook algorithm ranks all available posts that can be displayed on a user's news feed based on whether or not that user will enjoy it. It looks at it looks at all the inventory. So imagine Facebook has all these videos, all these photos, and it looks at everything, and then they kind of give it all a relevance score. And why should I post this on my user's feed? So in order to be super accurate about posting things on people's news feed, they have to know about you, right? They have to know the user. So Facebook, they know a lot about people. They want to know from your range of your birthday. They want to know your birthday all the way to your political views, right? They want to know those things. They want to know who you are, right? I mean, we all remember when it was just a like button on Facebook, right? Now it's, I want to know if this post makes you feel sad. I want to make sure this post, see if this post makes you angry, if it makes you go wow, right? So when you learn those type of things, when Facebook learns those type of things, they're able to cater to you and actually put, or not say you, but users, let's use the word users, and then they're able to put what you're most likely to enjoy on your news feed. So they want to basically predict what you're going to like. So, and that also includes, they base that off of you or your friends, right? So if you got a bunch of friends, Facebook looks at them, right? That algorithm looks at them and say, yo, why is, Arthur friends with Alante? And what do they have in common? Oh, okay, I see what they both like. Therefore, I will share this content with them. Facebook monitors how long your thumb is on a screen. A lot of people didn't know that, right? So if you take your thumb off the screen, Facebook's saying, what is this person looking at? Because I'm going to put it in their profile that they like that. So if fellas, you know what I'm saying, if you like dresses and you taking your thumb off the screen, Facebook is saying this guy like yellow polka dot dresses, and it's putting it in your profile. So, but I mean, it's all cool, if you do, but, that just giving you a heads up on how much information that they can retain about you. So it's giving you guys a heads up on that. All right. And then what else we got here? I want to talk to you guys about how many people have a business account. Give me a heat check for that. How many of you guys actually have a business account or operating through a business account?
I've tried, but I haven't been able to get one yet.
Okay.
I have several people that have had business accounts. Yes, I do. Yes, we have one.
Okay.
A business page. Is there a difference between a business page and a business account? Maybe touch on that.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. So I'll thank you. Whoever said that was great. Business page. Thank you. Because you can get into Facebook Business Manager and then you talk about business accounts. So yes, the correct verbiage would be business page. How many people have a business page? And it looks like most people have a business page. Let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys have a bunch of followers or people that like your page, but when you post something, you only get about 3 or 4 likes and you got 1,500 followers? How many people does that happen to?
Me.
No, I said me. Does anybody know that? I mean, Jasmine, I can't see it, but.
Yes, we had a couple people say yes.
Okay, cool. So the reason why I'm asking that is because I get that all the time from clients, right? It's like, hey, I got 3,000 followers, but I only get 7 likes on all my posts. Basically, you're battling Facebook's algorithm, right? Yeah, Facebook algorithm is going, let me see. So what it means is in order to expand your reach, you must open up the algorithm by creating great posts that trigger meaningful interactions. Remember, the goal of Facebook is to connect people, right? They want to connect the world. So when you can share a post on your business account that basically it's meaningful, people are engaging, that lets Facebook know that people care about you. Therefore, I want to send more people over here. But if you're not creating meaningful interactions and posts, Facebook's only going to share it to a percentage of your followers because it doesn't want to crowd their news feeds with a bunch of your business crap that nobody cares about. So you have, and then I'm gonna give tips on what to avoid. But if you have 3,000 followers and you are posting things that, and it's not getting a lot of engagement, more than likely you're battling the algorithm on Facebook, and the Facebook is not going to show your posts to a lot of people. It's only going to show a percentage of your followers. Think about this. We already talked about it. Facebook makes money off of ads. You guys said it. If I'm a business, all right, think of this. I'm a marketer. I purchase you guys' profiles from Facebook, right? I want to know more about you so that I can put my client's advertisement in front of you. The client has to pay for that advertisement. So Facebook is not going to give you something for free. They're not just going to let you show it to 3,000 people. They need to make some type of money off of what you're doing, unless there's another way around this. Unless people want to see you, right? Because when people are engaging with your content, they love your content, Facebook is like, okay, I'm going to reward this person because they create meaningful things. They're creating, and we're going to talk about what meaningful interactions are. But for the most part, if you're creating meaningful interactions on your business account, it's not always about quantity, it's about quality, right? If I share one post a day and that post gets a lot of engagement, it opens up the algorithm for me to reach more people whenever I post. So hopefully that helped you guys, understand how Facebook algorithm works. Basically, likes, comments, shares, especially comments. Like if you guys ever seen like a company that does that has a lot of, they comment on every post. I mean, they comment on everything. They're talking to every person that comments. They're basically trying to open up their algorithm, right? So if you guys are letting people comment on your post and you're not talking back to them, that's kind of like, is this meaningful, right? So a cool tip, right, would be to comment back, right? Because it's letting Facebook know there's a conversation going on here. People are talking about something. What are they doing? They're connecting. Oh yeah, I'm about to open up the algorithm. You know what I mean? So you can reach more people. So that's that. Yeah. You guys have any more questions or any questions about Facebook algorithm? And did I go too fast? I don't want to jump into the tips too early. Any questions about the algorithm? Because I know I kind of sped through that.
I think that you did a great job covering it. I know that there's one question. What are the available metrics on Facebook regarding organizations' use to determine who they have reached?
All right, so save that question for Q&A, and it was kind of long, so okay. I want to be able to answer that.
Other questions? How do you go live without being blocked?
Oh, so that's that. All right, so now you're talking about Facebook policies. Yeah, whoever that is, you're definitely battling Facebook right now. You're battling the algorithm. Keep thinking Facebook doesn't have a huge bunch of people that are actually looking at everything people do, but they do have a data stream that is searching for keywords, even through audio. So if you're on live and you say a keyword such as, and I was going to say this earlier, later in the presentation, things to avoid. So if you say things like, hey, please share this, that's like free marketing. You know what I mean? You're trying to market yourself for free. Facebook is going to cut that short. Right? They're not, it's called engagement bait. So, and then also if you're playing music, that could be another thing, right? Data stream, they have this data stream that looks for music. And if you don't own that music, they'll shut it down. So, and if you got a more specific question about that, then I'll elaborate in Q&A.
Okay. We have also, what can we do to increase engagement on posts? Question.
Great question. I'm going to answer that with my strategy.
Okay.
My cool lit strategy with the fire that I found the PNG for. So yeah, so I definitely want to talk about that.
And the last question, does doing interviews on Facebook open up your algorithm as well?
Oh man, that is awesome. Doing interviews is gonna bust that thing wide open so that you can, have a lot more reach. Yep. So definitely interviews, anything where you get people talking, connecting, commenting, right? So I mean, if it's just you and the other person, and y'all talking, I mean, that's not gonna do much. But if you got people on there and you guys are asking the audience questions and they're commenting, the Facebook algorithm is going to go, do. Okay, these people are, creating meaningful interactions, right? And when they create meaningful interactions, let me go ahead and see my inventory, and I'll put this on more people's news feeds because now I know it's interesting and I want people to connect. So if I can put this on more news feeds, then more people are going to connect. So yes, definitely interviews help, and it's also video. So that's really good. Any more, or that was the last one, Jasmine?
There was a question in regards to the radio station. If you own a radio station, what rights do you have to go live with music?
Unless you own the rights to the music, I'm beyond. That's one that I may have to come back to.
Perfect.
But just being honest with you, the data stream algorithm will look for specific music, like especially old school music where the artists are dead and things like that. So keep in mind. So the thing is, when I say you're battling Facebook algorithm, there's ways around it, right? So if I'm a DJ, or when I'm sharing music, or I'm trying to DJ share music, don't share songs that are the whole song length, because you're giving the data, they're listening to the whole song. Make it quick, right? Boom, and then scratch it or whatever. Go to a new song. Another way that you can stop copyright infringement or whatever that is by playing other sounds, white noise, because you're battling the algorithm. The algorithm can't understand if it's two sounds playing. I don't know, talk, right? You got to talk a little bit with the music in the background, right? Because now it can't understand what you're playing in terms of music. But if you're letting the music just play, then it's going to pick up on it, and it's going to shut you down. It's going to mute you, or it's either going to disable your live. So keep in mind, all right, you're battling the algorithm. And then the keywords, they're looking for keywords like please share, comment. Those are engagement bait, right? You're trying to get engagement, and you're not paying. So Facebook is going to try to shut you down. So keep that in mind. Hope that helped.
That was great.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's jump to the next slide, guys. I appreciate you guys asking questions. I really do. And I do want to come back to that long question that we had. So, all right. So I'm going to give you guys 5 tips on how to utilize Facebook. All right. So tip number 1 is videos. Facebook wants to become the next generation television. I don't know if you guys noticed that little button at the bottom of your phone app that looks like a TV. I don't know, if anybody know what I'm talking about. It looked like a TV, and you can click on it and pretty much watch TV. Facebook is, they want to become the next generation television, right? They want to eliminate that. So videos opens up that algorithm for your reach. And I recommend, when you are about to begin posting or begin your creative strategy, that you open up your reach. I say about 70% of everything that you post should be video, 20% photos, and 10% should be like links. And then you can also put your links in your video or photo posts, links to your website or whatever other platform, blogs. Those also help expand your reach. And consistency is extremely important for the algorithm, right? The algorithm's like, think of it like somebody like kicking it with you, like, hey, yo, I think he cool. I think he cool. And then, boom, they quit. It's like, oh, I don't mess with them, right? So you're just going to keep on working at it, and eventually they'll open up, and you're going to have a much further reach than you would if you would have just posted anything organically. Sorry, and then the next one is Facebook Live. So this is a cool percentage here. It gets 6 times more engagement than a regular uploaded video. 6 times. So you can imagine what that does to the what? Algorithm. Boom, right? So it opens that up 6 times more engagement than your regular uploaded videos. So I recommend, this is all my personal, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, guys, but I recommend posting Facebook Live at least once a week to start with, right? Unless you got some cool creative and you're working with a marketer that's like, this is why our audience wants, and then go ahead and do that. But for the most part, do it once a week, you know, do a Facebook Live 6 times more engagement. The next one is host watch parties, right? So this one was interesting to me. Remember, the key is relevance, right? Sparking interest in conversations and things like that. So research has shown that people are 800 times more likely to comment on a watch party video than if they were to watch it alone, right? So that means you invite all these people to your watch party. They're 800 times more likely to comment if they know that other people are watching it with them, right? What do you think that does to the algorithm, my people? Opens it up, right? So now Facebook is going, oh, these people are really engaging this business. You know, they're engaging this business, so let's show this business to more people, right? And you don't have to pay for that. That's free. Facebook is rewarding you for being, you know, authentic or great or just conversation, all right? And then last but not least here, oh, well, no, we got one more. All right, we got ask questions, right? How can you think of ways to get audience to talk? Ask them questions, right? So think about all the posts with tons of threads, right, in the comments. Like, it typically starts off with like an interesting or a controversial question, right? Think of those posts and you look at like, yeah, 300,000 likes and all the questions. It's something interesting, you know, like a question that kind of starts it off. I remember me and my buddy, we were going back and forth. I mean, it was back and forth, everything. We were talking about who's the greatest of all time. Is it Kobe, right? Or is it Michael Jordan? Is it LeBron? You know, that was a question that he put, and I mean, the thread went crazy. So you know what that does? It opens up Facebook algorithm. It expands your reach. So ask questions. That's a really good one. You can post that. Remember, quality over quantity. If you're posting a bunch of stuff, it isn't doing nothing to the algorithm but saying they're posting a lot of stuff, but it's not meaningful, right? So you want to find something really good and interesting. So if you're posting like 3 times a day, I would suggest posting once a day, right? If you're posting 9 times a day, I suggest posting 3 times a day. Meaningful content, right? Yeah. And then last but not least here, right, that is allocate budget for ads to boost your posts, right? And this can be very, very, I know everybody says, oh, now you're talking about money. I knew it, but you can spend $5 to boost your posts, right? $5-10 to boost your posts. I recommend you do this once or twice a month, right? Because think about it. Let's think about it. We already talked about the algorithm, right? Now you're going to pay Facebook to show it to more people. Facebook's going to do that. They're going to show it to more people because you gave them some money, right? And it's really cheap right now. So it's going to show it to, let's say, 400 or 500 people. Let's say those 400 or 500 people begin to like your business page or like whatever you're posting, right? And now they're engaging, right? So what do you think that does, right? It increases and opens up the algorithm for Facebook. Facebook is giving you the yes. Hey, go ahead, post more stuff because more people enjoy your content. So keep in mind, you definitely want to put a small budget to the side. Just, I mean, and like I said, a lot of ways to skin a cat. You don't have to, right? But I'm just giving you my suggestions and tips, right? So there you go. And then here we go. This is my what to avoid. A lot of people didn't know this. So I got a cool thing for you, right? This is really the coolest one. It's the first one, which is do not use YouTube links unless you absolutely have to. I know y'all like, what? Who is Facebook's biggest competitor? YouTube, right? Why? Because Facebook wants to become the next digital, television, right? They want to become that. What is YouTube's goal? Probably, I'm pretty sure everybody gets that skip the trial, right? they want to become the next television. So they're fighting for your attention. So if you post their stuff on my site, I'm not going to show it to that many people. So Facebook definitely does not show too many YouTube links unless, don't get me wrong, because remember, the mission statement is to connect people. So if that YouTube link is popping, Facebook gonna be like, God dang it, and they're gonna show it to people. But remember, if you're posting YouTube links in your posts, Facebook is like, yo, man, I don't mess with YouTube like that. So they're not gonna show it to a lot of people. So avoid them if you have to. The next one, we talked a little bit about this, avoid engagement bait. Facebook listens to your live videos, everybody. They don't necessarily listen when they have a data stream that they have that looks for certain keywords, right? So like words such as please like, comment below, please share. So you can, there's ways, right? We already talked about ways to fool the audio part, right? But there's ways to change up your words, right? For example, instead of saying please share, you can say, what are your thoughts? What do you think? Tell me what you believe. Those words aren't on the radar necessarily, and it'll get people to engage, right? So I'll say it again, like words such as, what are your thoughts? What do you guys think, right? And then let them comment by themselves. But if you're asking people for that, Facebook going, yo, you ain't give us no money for that, man. So let me shut your reach down. Let me bring your algorithm to a tight squeeze there. So that includes post. So like if you're using post and you're on your business page, right? And you're posting, please comment, please share this, everybody. Facebook going, no, that's not gonna happen. You gonna give me some money or you gonna create a meaningful interaction post. So know that, stop using those words. Facebook will snatch your reach from under you. So that's that. And then also know your audience and stay on topic. Right. So that's pretty simple, right? Just that's straightforward. Know your audience, stay on topic. The way that you know your audience is through trial and error, or you hire a marketer like myself to do the research, right? Preparation. You definitely want to stay on topic. Remember, consistency, right? You don't want to be a restaurant talking about how you guys make shoes or how to make shoes. That's not relevant, right? And Facebook's algorithm gonna be like, look, I don't know what they is. I don't know if they're a restaurant or if they're a shoe company. You don't want to confuse the algorithm. You don't want to confuse your audience. Stay on topic. If it's not working, figure it out and figure out another creative way to get around that, but do not go off topic and start talking about stuff that your business don't have no business talking about. I've done it before. Like I said, I've learned through trial and error all the things that I'm telling you guys. So that's pretty much it in terms of the Facebook algorithm and the tips and what to avoid. Now, what I will say is my fire lit cool strategy. This will work for any business that's trying to rejuvenate a dead page, or if you're just starting out. I definitely think this will work for you. And that strategy is this is cool. Now, mind you, this is just for me. This is my advice, you know what I'm saying? So find something that you already know, which is a video. First, let's start off. It's going to be a video. Take that video, video meme, something that's interesting that it's already like it's controversial or something like that. Not too controversial, not crazy, but something that's super interesting. This is going to open up the algorithm. Listen to me. You take that video and you allocate a very small budget, whatever, and you put it out and you get that engagement. You want to do that 3 times in the first month, right? Find some meme videos or something funny and put a little budget behind it, opens up the reach. Now, the goal is, here we are, this is the strategy. While though that video is posting, I want you guys to, while those videos are circulating through the ads, I want you to start posting your content, right? So in the midst of your ad running around 3 times the first month, it has to be something that will get interaction, right? I said video meme, something funny, something controversial, whatever, right? To drive the traffic. You want to put a little bit of money behind it. And then while that's circulating, start posting what you typically post. I would suggest maybe 2 to 3 posts a day during this time. And during that time, you want to try to capture all that reach. And that strategy, if you do that, now I say 3 times after the first month, you can do it maybe twice a month. And then eventually once a month, where you just open up the algorithm real big and get all this interaction. And then you basically start posting your content so people jumping straight on, and then you're asking them questions and you're doing all the cool things that we just talked about. And that right there will get your Facebook back up, and it'll open up, think of Facebook's algorithm. They'll basically be like, okay, new guy on the block. You know what I'm saying? New guy on the block. I see you, and then you want to capture that and be consistent and just start posting from there. And that's my presentation. I'm going to open up for Q&A, and I'm going to give out my 2 prizes as well. So boom. Back to you, Jasmine.
Thank you. That was great information.
Thank you.
I think that presentation was wonderful. Yeah. We had very high engagement.
Okay.
We had tons of questions. So I'm going to just share with you a couple that came in.
Yeah.
So regarding the watch parties, do you host a watch party for anything or just business?
Are they asking, can you, or is it more of a suggestion? Like, are they saying, do I suggest? Because you can post, for the most part, you can do it as long as it's in the regular Facebook guidelines, right? So you can do a lot of stuff, right? As long as it's not copyright. And we talked about how to get around that as well, right? The data stream listens. So if you're playing content where the algorithm is going to go, whoa, that's not yours, and it's going to slow down your reach, then be careful. But it's the same type of algorithm with watch parties. The thing that you do increase is the engagement, because it's multiple people in the watch party. So they're commenting to see what other people are going to say. And that's the cool thing. So. Great.
The second question is, when you say asking questions, is that the same as creating a poll?
Yep, definitely. You can create polls. That's asking questions. You can ask questions, simple. Yeah, but yeah, definitely the same thing. Yep, and You're inspiring engagement. Facebook monitors that. But they also, I didn't even share this. Messenger, right? Facebook's trying to promote their apps, WhatsApp and Messenger. Those are 2 apps. If you want to get a lot of new interaction and engagement, you definitely want to have conversations in people's messengers. Facebook monitors that. If you and another customer or potential customer are going back and forth, Facebook going, yo, this guy's got to be interesting. And then if they could share your post to another person's messenger, like, hey, yo, that post was cool. Now you send it to your boy in his messenger, Facebook is like, whoa, that must have been really cool for them to take the time out to send it to someone's messenger. I mean, to be honest with you, you can try to ask for people to do it, but it's creative ways around all that. We'll give y'all the keys to the castle.
Okay. Someone has a question in regards to the watch parties. How do you create a watch party? Are you suggesting going live and just having the subject of a watch party?
No, so there's an actual way that you can create watch parties, and that's more specific. If you want that person, we can have another conversation, because it's like, I don't want to go through everything and try to tell you what buttons to click, but it's definitely a way that you can create and host a watch party. The other day, me and my boy were going back and forth about Madden from college, and I hosted, I tagged all our boys from college in it. It was a private group, and it was just going to be a basically watch party. All my boys like, hey man, we're going to get drunk and watch y'all play this game. It was real fun and cool. So you can definitely host parties like that, and then you can make them public as well.
Okay. So Kyra Jefferson and James, feel free to email Alante, and he'll be able to walk you through your questions with the watch party.
Definitely. And then I'm gonna reach out to everyone as well to see if anybody has more questions and things like that. We have 3 experts on our team. More than likely, we'll all sit down with you and have a conversation about whatever your needs are.
Okay. There's a question, how do you get Facebook to run your ad?
All right, so is the ad being disabled, locked down? What's going on? You know what I mean? Because Facebook will run your ad. They don't care. They want the money, but why isn't it? Like,
so Kira Jefferson asked that. Kira, can I invite you to come on? I'm gonna send you a quick request to ask you to start your video and unmute you so you can kind of just explain. Kira, can you hear us?
Yes,
Hi, is it Kira or Kyra?
it's Kyra.
Kyra, thank you so much. You had a
No.
question? Can you elaborate
Yes.
a little bit on your question?
Sure. He mentioned that we should get ads and run them a couple times a week for a couple months. So I don't know anything about Facebook, so I don't even have a clue how you buy an ad, do an ad, any of that.
okay, cool. And you said Kyra, right?
Kyra, yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely more than willing to show you exactly how you can do that. Me and you can have a conversation about it, but it's very,
Sure.
very simple. Most of the time you see boost your post, that's basically making that an ad. And then there's other
Okay.
ways to just create an ad from scratch.
Okay.
And but yeah, so definitely I can talk to you a little bit more especially if you're saying, hey Alante, I don't know a lot about any of this stuff. We can have one-on-one talk about it.
I'm learning based upon the pandemic.
Okay, yeah, you know what? And I didn't mention that, but the whole way this presentation even happened was me talking to Jason, and I'm like, man, I know a lot of people are going to try to take their business virtual, and they could use some tips, you know. And I understand, I respect it, right? We're putting all of our best foot forward toward Facebook, so.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we're here, man. If you guys got questions, like I said, we have 3 experts that'll hop on a Zoom call with you in a heartbeat.
Okay, great.
Thank you for your question. We
No
have another question. Is there a difference between boosting and running an ad? I was told that creating an ad is more effective.
Yes, definitely correct. Whoever told you that was definitely correct. So there's an entire different world. You know, one time I was sitting down with my girl and she walked past my computer. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on Facebook. She's like, that's not Facebook. So Facebook has a back end and it's called Facebook Business Manager. If you guys go and if you have a business account, go to business.facebook.com. If you have an account with them, this goes to the person that said earlier, like, is the account different than the page? Yes, it is, because you can have a business account and to answer the question, you can run an ad, and I mean, you can get extremely detailed with all the information that Facebook has taken from people, right? It's the reason Facebook is huge, right? So there's a back end of that, but then you got Boost My Post, which is for people like Kyra, who is like, yo, I don't want all that crazy stuff. I don't want to dive into the pixels, the APIs, the automation and integrations that Facebook puts in. I don't want none of that. I just want to boost my post to my followers, you know, and that's it. And so that's a big difference. But if you know how to work it, which is what our company does, if you know how to work the back end of Facebook, then you can be much more effective than just boosting your ad. And don't get me wrong, the boosting, you do get a little bit of targeting in there, but not a lot.
Perfect. We have a specific question from Curtis. Curtis was very engaging. And Curtis, I want to invite you to come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to unmute you.
Curtis Crawford?
Yes.
Okay.
Curtis.
Yeah. Curtis is my guy.
I'm unmuting you. Can you hear us, Curtis?
Yes, I do. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic.
Great. Can you tell us, Curtis, what is your question in regards to targeting? You asked a question specific to targeting for like salons.
Well, first of all, let me just say, Alante, really a good presentation.
Thanks.
Appreciate the informality of it. It's solid information and very useful. So thanks for taking the time.
Hey, man, no, I appreciate you hopping on here. I know I got it to you late. I sent it to your email. I thought about you. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, it's I think it's critical for our business as well as everyone else. So my question, I was just trying to, it might be too detailed, but I know that when we look at trying to better utilize Facebook, we want to target the people that we present our information and our services to. And I've always looked at Facebook as being very broad, very general. So my question is, how do you narrow that scope down? And as an example, I said salon owners, or it could be maybe veterinarians, or it could be restaurant owners. So I was just trying to get some insight as to how would one kind of take this huge base of people and kind of narrow it down and be more target approach.
So yeah, great question, Curtis. And there's a way, like we talked about, boosting posts and creating ads on the back end of Facebook, where you can get really detailed to like what you said, where you can make sure that the people that will see your ad is the not always, but they may have a page admin, right? If I'm an admin to a page, most of the time I'm an owner or I'm a marketer. And for small business, we do both. So if you can say, hey, post this in front of page admins, right? And then the other one that is a really cool trick, right? Is if you've been in business for a while, if you have a customer list, meaning your client may have a customer list that of people that have already purchased from you, you can make what we call a lookalike audience, right? Where you take that specific list and you can put it into Facebook in a CSV or an Excel, and Facebook will target people that are very similar to this, right? So they know a lot about people, right? So they find that list and they say, I only want people that have already purchased from this person or this business, and I want to create someone that has all their similar traits, and then I want to show my ad to them. So you can narrow it down to people that have already only purchased your product or service. You can also narrow it to zip codes, right? You can also narrow it to people that have visited your website, right? So if they visited your website, they're interested. So now I just want to show my ad to the people that have visited my website. Therefore, I know for a fact that I'm going to zoom in to the people that are interested in my product so that you don't waste any money. And to be honest, if it's not working, that's another cool trait about social media for small businesses. If it's not working, cut it off. That's what I tell clients. I say, hey, I'll run an ad for you. And if it's not working, we'll cut it off, and we'll figure out what the problem is. You won't spend any more money, so that's the cool thing. You're not spending $3,500 on print or a television ad that when it's out there, it's just gone. With social media, you can monitor that $500 that you spent. After it gets to $200, you can cut it off. Like, hey, I haven't got any leads, or, I haven't got, whatever my objective is. Let me cut it off and figure out the problem, then turn it back on like a faucet. So hopefully, does that answer your question a little bit, Curtis? Like,
I mean,
narrow?
That adds a lot more detail to it that I did not know was available, or or even that they had that kind of flexibility.
Yeah, if you have a customer list, man, of people that purchased from you already, you can put that customer list in Facebook, and Facebook algorithm, right? The algorithm, that's our guy. It's going to look at that customer list and go, okay, all these people have this in common. One cool, I was in a Facebook class, and one cool, interesting fact that, and I was actually on a phone with a client, and she had a Honda, and Facebook, through their algorithm, found out that people that purchase Honda cars also have cats. So that's how unique it can get. And the person that I'm telling this to, the client, she busts out laughing. And I'm like, why are you laughing? She was like, because me and my husband have 2 Hondas and we also have 3 cats. So it can get real detailed, and it really works. And that's why they're $1 billion company, because marketers like myself understand the power that they have.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Alante, we have a couple more questions. What we're going to do for the sake of time, I'm going to pass it over to Jason Blanks, who is our president of the Southfield Chamber. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the chamber, and right after that, we're going to go into a special Q&A that's continued. So if you still have questions, And if you want to stay on and ask those questions, we're going to hold over after the official start time and just hang out, answer those questions, and we'll leave space for that. But just for the sake of time, Jason.
Hey, Jasmine. Alante, thank you so much for your very informative presentation. I really liked what you spoke about, and the tips and tricks that you have are very beneficial, not only for our business partners, but also for the chamber. The Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce, we strive to really try and work with our small business, medium business, and our large businesses. And so, if you would like an opportunity like this, please reach out to Jasmine or myself so that we can partner with you in maybe running a webinar or sharing your expertise. The Southfield Area Chamber of Commerce has 2 events that are going on even this week and next week. So this week at 12 noon, we have the MEDC, the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, and they will be hosting and facilitating on international trade. We will also, during that meeting on this Friday at 12 noon, have Paul Jones with the 10,000 Small Business, Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. He's going to be sharing some of the resources that are available through that program. On next week, Thursday, June 4th at 5 p.m., we'll be hosting a trivia night, a family-friendly trivia night, and our host for that event will be the National Heritage Academy. And we also have an interest poll that we would like to kind of share with everyone so that you guys can give us, meaning the chamber, a little bit more information on how we can best support you. So let me please relaunch. Oh, it's already launched. Thank you, Jasmine. So please feel free to fill out our interest survey. Should only take 2 seconds. It's only 2 questions, and that'll help us target our services for you. As Jasmine said, we will be opening up the room for additional questions, for opportunities to best support your business. We have Yolanda Haynes, who is our business developer, on the line. Of course, Jasmine Patton will be in the room, myself, and hopefully Alante will be able to stick around with us so that we can answer your questions.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And like,
Thank you.
to your point too, Jason, one thing that I realized, guys, is Jason told me this, is that you don't have to necessarily be from Southfield to join the chamber, right?
That is correct.
Right. So I mean, these guys are, and I'm a part of a lot of different organizations. These guys are really hands-on. They work with you. They're available, even if they're busy, they get back to you or whatever, and it helps. So I definitely recommend being a part of the chamber. So
thank you. Our goal is to grow business.
That's good. I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't true, man.
Thank you. Our goal is to grow business. I mean, that's why we're here. We want to make the connections so you guys can grow. So if you're looking for an agency that's going to get in the dirt and get dirty, I think we're the agency to really be there to support you through. So
yeah.
All right.
I'll hand it back over to Jasmine.
Perfect. Thank you. Has everybody had an opportunity? I'm going to close out the poll in the next 30 seconds. So if you have not had an opportunity, please go ahead and answer that. I see 11 out of 17 people that are still on. We have 20 participants that are still on the line. This has been a very interactive webinar, and we have we made a decision prior to starting this webinar to make sure that we were interactive based on your feedback and following your direction. So you all are the reason that we have been able to engage in so many questions. And here are the poll results. So the first question is, what sort of peer-to-peer groups will be most beneficial? We have 64% saying marketing, 9% saying social media, and 27% saying business leadership. What is the most important for you at this time? Happy hour was 9%, educational series was 64%, and mentorship was 27%. So we are definitely going to take the results of this poll, and we use this information to cultivate and create additional webinars and resources to help and assist you throughout navigating your business, and specifically during COVID. So without further ado, that is the official end of our presentation. Alante, thank you so much to you and A. Taylor Media for joining us.
We would also like to thank our sponsors as well. We would also like to thank our sponsors as well, Ascension Providence, Bowman Hospital, LTU, and others. So thank you.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
And I also have I have a prize that I want to give out
Yes.
as well for the people that stayed in for this time.
Perfect.
Okay, I didn't know if you
Go ahead.
guys you were
No,
done.
we're officially done. I just
Okay.
want to thank you so I can close it out for the recording portion. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing all of this wonderful information. I believe it was very beneficial for us as well as the members that were on the call. So go ahead. Whatever you want to share is your
Yeah,
giveaway by
so-
all means.
All right, so